A conflict that many believed would end months ago is showing no sign of slowing down. Now, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has made a statement and is once again sending shocking waves across the Middle East. According to reports, Netanyahu says Israeli troops will remain in southern Lebanon. For how long? What exactly does it mean? Why is Israel refusing to pull back? How is Lebanon reacting? And could this decision push the region closer to another major confrontation? Stay with me because the implications of this announcement stretch far beyond Israel and Lebanon. This is another security, regional power diplomacy, and the future of an already unstable Middle East. Today, we're looking at a developing story that has attracted international attention. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has stated that Israeli forces will remain in southern Lebanon for as long as Israel considers necessary. The statement comes amid continuing tension involving Israel, Lebanon, and Hezbollah. It also raises serious questions about regional security, military strategy, and the possibility of future escalation. So, in this video, I will examine what Netanyahu actually said, why Israeli troops are in southern Lebanon, the history behind the conflict, Hezbollah's role, Lebanon's reactions, international reactions and concerns, and what could happen next. Let's begin by understanding why this statement is so significant. Now, why is the word paying so much attention? When a country leader says troops will remain in a foreign territory indefinitely, people take notice. Netanyahu's statement is not simply a military update, it is a political message. It signals that Israel believes the security threat along its northern border has not fully been addressed. So, for Israel, the issue revolves around protecting communities near the Lebanese border from attacks. For Lebanon, however, the continued presence of Israeli troops is viewed by many as a violation of sovereignty. This disagreement creates a situation where neither side appear willing to back down, and that's what makes the situation potentially dangerous. Now let's understand southern Lebanon. To understand the story, we must understand why southern Lebanon matters to Israel. Southern Lebanon sits directly along Israel's northern border. For decades, it has been one of the most sensitive regions in the Middle East. The area has witnessed cross-border attacks, military operations, rocket launches, airstrikes, and political tensions. It has often served as a front line between Israel and Hezbollah. Because of its strategic location, control and security in southern Lebanon remains major concern for both sides. This explains why military movements in the region attract global attention. Who is Hezbollah? No discussion about southern Lebanon is complete without discussing Hezbollah. Hezbollah emerged during the early 1980s. Over time, it evolved into one of the most powerful non-state armed groups in the world. The organization has political influence inside Lebanon, a significant military wing, strong support from Iran. Supporters view Hezbollah as a resistance movement. Critics see it as a militant organization that destabilizes the region. Israel considers Hezbollah one of its biggest security threats. This is largely because Hezbollah possesses a large arsenal of rockets and missiles capable of reaching deep into Israeli territory. As a result, Israel closely monitors Hezbollah's activities near the border. Netanyahu's security argument. Netanyahu has consistently argued that Israel's military actions are necessary for national security. His position has largely been built around one central claim: Israel cannot allow hostile forces to establish strong military positions close to its borders. According to this view, withdrawing troops too soon could create opportunity for future attacks. Supporters of Netanyahu's position argue that security must come first. They believe that preventing future attack is more important than adhering to a strict withdrawal timeline. For them, military presence is a preventive measure, a way to reduce threats before they are materialized. Critics see something different. However, not everyone agrees. Critics argue that prolonged military deployments deployment can create new tension instead of reducing it. Some analysts believe that an extended presence can increase hostility among local populations. Others fear it could becoming a rally point for militant recruitment. There are also concerns about the risk of accidental escalation. In volatile regions, even small incidents can rapidly spiral into larger conflicts. A single exchange of fire could potentially trigger wider confrontation involving multiple actors. This is one reason why many international observers are watching developments very closely. Let's look at the history of Israel in Lebanon. This is not the first time Israeli forces have operated in Lebanon. The relationship between the two countries have been shaped by decades of conflict. Throughout modern history, there have been several military confrontations, including major wars and border clashes. For many older residents on both sides of the border, these tensions are not new. They are part of the long and complicated history. That history influences how today's events are interpreted. Some views current action through the lens of security, others view them through the lens of occupation and sovereignty. The past continues to shape present realities. How Lebanon may view the situation. Inside Lebanon, reactions are often mixed. Many citizens are primarily concerned about stability and avoiding another major conflict. Years of economic difficulties and political challenges have left many Lebanese exhausted by instability. The possibility of renewed military tension is something many fear. At the same time, there are strong sentiments regarding national security. Many believe foreign troops should not remain on Lebanese territory. As a result, Netanyahu's statement is likely to be viewed with concern across different segments of Lebanese society. Let's look at the regional implications. The issue goes beyond Israel and Lebanon. Several regional powers have interest in this and what happens next. The Middle East is deeply interconnected. A security development in one country can quickly influence events elsewhere. If tension rises significantly, neighboring countries could become involved diplomatically or politically. This is why government throughout the region continues monitoring the situation. Nobody wants a local border dispute to evolve into a broader regional crisis. And let's look at the international reactions. The international communities generally support efforts aimed at preventing escalation. Countries and international organizations typically encourage dialogue, de-escalation, diplomatic engagement, and respect for international agreements. Many world leaders recognize that another major conflict would have serious humanitarian and economic consequences, and that's why for restraints often this is why call for restraint often follow development like Netanyahu's announcement. Diplomats understand that preventing conflict is always easier than ending one after it begins. So what happens next? This is the question everyone is asking. What happens next? Several possibilities exist. Of course, we have the continued military presence. Israel troop remains in place, while tension remains relatively controlled. This could lead to a prolonged period of uncertainty. Diplomatic progress, international mediation efforts produce agreements that address security concerns and reduce tension. This would be the most peaceful outcome. And then let's look at the escalation. A serious instance trigger a wider confrontation. This remains the scenario many observers hope to avoid. At this stage, predicting which path will emerge is difficult. The situation remains fluid. Why this story matters. Some viewers may wonder why events in southern Lebanon matters globally. The answer is simple. The Middle East remains one of the world's most strategically important regions. Development there can affect energy markets, international trade, global security, and diplomatic relationships. When tensions rise in the region, government around the world pays attention. And that's why Netanyahu's statements has generated some widespread discussions. People understand that decisions made today can influence events tomorrow. So beyond politics and military strategy lies a human reality. Family on both sides of the border want safety. Communities want stability. Businesses want certainty. Young people want opportunity. Yet, prolonged conflict often makes these goals harder to achieve. The challenges facing leaders is leading ways outside to address security concerns while avoiding a cycle of endless confrontation. That challenge remains one of the defining issues of the modern Middle East. And as now, Netanyahu's message is clear. Israeli troops will remain in southern Lebanon for as long as Israel believes it's necessary. Whether this decision threatens security or creates new challenges remain a subject of intense debate. What is certain is that the situation will continue attacking global attention in the weeks and months ahead. So, what do you think? Is it a necessary security measure, or could the increase tension in the region? Share your thoughts. Sorry, or could it increase tension in the region? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so you never miss our little updates on world, daily, and global politics. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again in my next one. Bye.